पूर्ण सेशन पूर्ण होईपर्यंत कुठल्याही प्रकारची अडचणी येऊ देऊ नको, इंटरनेटचा किंवा कुठलाही प्रॉब्लेम येऊ देऊ नको प्रभू. जे जॉईन झालोत आम्ही सर्वजण, आम्ही स्वतःला तुझ्या हातात समर्पित करतो. आमच्या प्रत्येकाचा तू ताबा घे आणि जे जॉईन होऊ पाहतायत त्यांना कुठलेही अडथळे येऊ देऊ नको. त्यांच्या मार्गातले सारे अडथळे दूर कर प्रभू. इथून पुढचा वेळ स्वतःला तुझ्या स्वाधीन करत आहोत. तुझ्या इच्छेप्रमाणे चालव. तारणाऱ्या प्रभू येशू ख्रिस्ताच्या गोड आणि पवित्र नावाने मागतो म्हणून तू ऐक. आमेन.
Amen. Amen. So last two to three lectures we were seeing on conjunction. I will just take review on the laws of the conjunction. So first is normally wow, that is used for conjunction. It is pointed with simple Shiva. For example, here it is given yam, veyam. Yam means sea, veyam means and a sea. Adam, ve Adam. Hekal, ve Hekal. So this is the normal rule. First rule, that is Vav is pointed with Shiva, simple Shiva. But if there is a simple Shiva at the first root letter, or if the first root letter is the label, then Vav is pointed with Shurek. Then third law we have seen, before a compound Shiva, Vav is pointed with corresponding short vowel. Only for Elohim we have seen that it is Velohim, that Aleph becomes silent and the compound Shiva is lost. Otherwise it takes a corresponding short vowel. Then if the first root letter is Yod with simple Shiva, then it is pointed with Vav with Hirek, because two Shivas, it cannot begin a syllable. So the Vav is pointed with Hirek. Only exception is if there is a Siluk under that Vav, then it is heightened to Pathak and Yod will remain its vowel. Then whenever there is an accented syllable prefix to the word beginning with accented syllable, so that is pointed with comets. Vav is pointed with comets. Laila will be Valaila and a night. So remember and don't get confused, because unlike articles, this Vav conjunction, they do not take the position and pointing of articles. So don't get confused. Today we are going to look into the relative pronoun. Now for introducing the relative clause in Hebrew, they introduce the word asher. Asher means who, whom, whose, which, what, and that. These are the different meanings of the word, single word asher, and the context alone plays a very important role to while translating, which is whether it is who or whom or whose, whether it is which, what, or that. Now before taking the examples, I just want to we will just take review of the English grammar which speaks about the relative pronoun. Now, you know that a relative pronoun is employed for the purpose of bringing the clause. Whenever there is adjective clause, this relative pronoun is used. Okay. Can you see the whiteboard?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, just we have seen that this word asher which is having the meaning who, then whom, which, and that. Also, it can be possessive translated as whose. For example, if the subject is who, subject can be replaced by who, which, or that. Also, the object can be replaced by who or whom, which, and that. And for possessive sentence, whose only. Now, we know that this in English grammar, this relative pronouns is used to introduce relative clauses. This relative pronoun used to introduce relative clauses. Very important. This relative pronoun asher is used to introduce the relative clause. Now, we use this relative clause first of all for who and whom. We use it for people. Second, for which we use for things. And third, that for people or things. So very important, these 3 points. In Hebrew also, this relative pronoun is used to introduce the relative clause. If there is who or whom, it represents people. If there is things, then it is represented by which. And if there is a people or things, then they introduce that. So very important. Now, for example, Lord Thompson, who is 76, has just retired. Now, this relative pronoun who, it introduces a relative clause or adjective. It it denotes that there is an adjective clause ahead. Second example I will show you. This is the house which John built. Now another example, Rebecca is the woman that found diamond. So all these, that, here which, and here who, they introduce a relative clause. It is used instead of a noun or pronoun. So that's why it is called relative pronoun. It introduces the relative clauses. And a pronoun that heads an adjective clause. For example, very simple example I'm giving you. The dog that ate the cake is looking guilty. Now here the dog is noun, and here the that is the relative pronoun. If you see that, it is the relative pronoun. Whereas this whole sentence, that ate the cake, this whole sentence is a adjective clause. Adjective clause. Okay, so only remember that this who, which, that, these are the relative pronoun which introduces the relative clause or an adjective clause. Okay, we'll see the Hebrew examples. Can anyone tell me what are the meaning of asher?
Who, whom, which, that,
Who,
Which,
whom, which, and
which,
that.
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 Now, for some part of the grammar, we must have the basic knowledge of English grammar. For relative pronoun, then personal pronoun, and for conjunction also, then for article also, we must have some basic English. We must understand some basic simple English grammar. If you have forgotten, then revise it again, because this English grammar will help you a lot to understand this Hebrew grammar. Although English grammar and Hebrew grammar are completely different. Now here, this relative pronoun used in Hebrew grammar, it is indeclinable. That means it can be used for both masculine and feminine, for singular and for plural. For all, that is for masculine and for feminine, for singular and plural, this relative pronoun asher is used. Now, depending upon the context and context alone, you will know whether the translation of asher is who, whom, whose, which, or that. Now, let's read. Can anyone read this sentence?
El Haish Asher Al Beit Yosef.
Okay. El Haish. El Haish Asher Al Bet Yosef. Can anyone try to translate it? Don't look into the scriptures. Huh? What is El means? Can anyone?
God.
No. When there is Sere under El Aleph, then that is God. When
Word.
there is Segol, then it is two towards. So, to the man. Haish means that is the article to the man. Then Asher.
Who?
Who?
Whose house? Who? It is house of Joseph.
Over house. Yosef.
To the man who. Which relative pronoun will you use here for person?
Whose? Who?
Yeah, you can use who or whose. Who is upon the house of Joseph? Who is upon the house of Joseph? El means to. Haish means the man. To the man who is upon. Al means upon. Beth means house. House of Joseph. Now, can anyone translate this? Haggoe Asher Elohim Yahweh. Yes, anyone try? Haggoe Asher Elohim Yahweh.
Yahweh. The nation which
Whose?
Lord is Yahweh.
Yeah, whose God is Yahweh. The nation whose God is Yahweh. So from whose, that is Asher, that is the relative clause. This Asher pronoun, relative pronoun, introduces a relative clause in Hebrew sentences. Now this one. Anyone want to read?
Adawar, Asher, A,
Yeah.
Hasta,
Khaza,
Ye-
Isha.
Yesh,
Isha.
Yesh,
He.
Yeshayahu,
Shahu.
Yeshayahu. That is Isaiah.
is it? Then Emoth,
Yeah.
Ben, Amoth, Al,
Al,
Yehu, Yehuda,
Yehuda. Good.
Vi,
Veru.
Yerushalayim.
Lai,
Virushalayim.
Jerusalem.
See here the conjunctive wow when it is attached. Now Jerusalem, this first
And
root letter starts with simple Shiva. Getting? See here. It should be simple Shiva over here. But because of this conjunctive wow, what happened? What is the normal rule? Wow with a simple Shiva. Then two Shivas cannot stand. Therefore, it is heightened to Hirek, and Yod lost its, you see here, Yod has lost its consonantal value and became long Hirek Yod. So, Virushalayim. Virushalayim. So, what is the translation? Hadawar,
The word
the word,
that,
yeah,
what is Haza? Haza.
Khaza means saw.
The word that Isaiah saw,
Hmm.
Isaiah, son of Amos, upon Judah and
And
Jerusalem. Jerusalem.
Okay. What would be the precise translation? Hadawar means the word that Isaiah. Yeshayahu means Isaiah. The word that Isaiah, son of Amos, saw. Al means about or concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
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 What do you
Hadawar.
mean by so, sir?
Pardon?
What do you mean by so? Which is the word here? Haza is
Khaza.
so.
Khaza means saw. And the word khazon means vision.
Prophecy.
Yeah. Khaza means to see. Okay. So these are some examples about the relative pronoun, and we have finished the wow conjunction and relative pronoun. Next time we'll start chapter 9, that is nouns and adjectives, the gender and number. Any doubts relating this relative pronoun and wow conjunction? So in Hebrew, biblical Hebrew, you always observe whatever we have learned. You must ask the question why there is V here. Under wow, there is Hirek. Why it has become long Hirek Yod. Actually, it is a proper noun, Jerusalem. And you know that this root letter starts for Jerusalem. Jerusalem is Yod with a simple Shiva. But because two simple Shiva cannot begin, this is what the Hebrew avoids. And because of that, this wow is heightened to, the vowel under wow is heightened to hirek, and yod has lost its consonantal value. Also observe the role of the accents. Hadawar asher. Here is a munak, which is a very strong conjunctive accent, which says khaza. It is strongly connected with khaza. The word that Husa Isaiah, son of Amos, saw. Nobody else. That munak gives us the clue that only Isaiah he saw.
There is this 2A, which is other conjunctions. So can we do that a bit?
Pardon?
2A, so other conjunction.
Just 1 minute.
About relative.
Yeah, here,
Yes.
other conjunction.
Yes.
Now, very predominant Hebrew conjunction is wow. Everywhere you will find the wow is used as a conjunction. But there are other conjunction also which do occur with varying frequency, and that is O. O means or. Everybody say after me. O
O,
means or.
Or.
Then im.
mm,
Im means if.
Im means if.
And sometimes it is expressing the interrogative. Then app.
App.
App means also.
App means also.
Key,
Key.
that means that, because, for, when, even.
That, because,
because,
or even.
And if that key and im is together, then key im, that means but, if, or except.
But
Key. But if, except.
And pen means lest.
and
Lest.
list.
Sir, A means mother also.
Yeah, if there is a sere under aleph, then that is mother. But if there is a hirek, then it is a conjunction if. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 2V they have given here. On rare occasion, Asher is abbreviated as Shah. Shah. SHA. Shah. So followed by a compensatory Dagesh forte or She when doubling is not possible. Very short form of Asher. This relative pronoun is used as Shah in some cases, and if it is a guttural there, then She. For example, they have given Be Sha Gam. Be, sha, gam. And some examples also given there. Sheli Shalomo. Sheli Shalomo. Now she means, you know, that is a relative pronoun which, and li is can anyone tell me what this li stands for?
Means preposition, inseparable
Preposition.
preposition.
So Sheli Shalomi, which belongs to Solomon, which belongs to Solomon. Then ki le Adam sheto. Ki means because. Le is the preposition for. Because for a man, Adam means man. Now she is the relative clause. What is good? What is good? The verb is supplied in Hebrew. Okay, let's learn noun. Vocabulary we'll take. I request at this time everyone to unmute yourself and repeat this vocabulary. Say after me this vocabulary. Say Bama,
Bama.
Bama.
high place or shrine.
High
High
place
place.
or shrine.
Right.
It is actually feminine. Whenever you see the ah ending, that is comets hey, that is most of the time it is feminine. For example, Rebecca, Leah. So that ah ending is there. Sarah. So that ah ending gives us the clue that it is a feminine. Comets hey ending. Then say after me, dam.
Dam.
Dam means blood.
Blood.
Then zahav
Zahav.
is gold.
Gold.
Gold. Zahav. Gold.
Kerev.
Erev.
Ere.
Kerev means sword.
Sword.
It can be masculine or feminine. Then yamin.
Yamin.
Okay, body parts. Your body parts are feminine. Huh? Always remember that the body parts are feminine in nature. So yamin means right hand or south. Then Yerushalayim.
Jerusalem.
That is Jerusalem. And now see here, while writing in Hebrew, they don't write yod. Yerushalayim. That yod with hirek, they will not write, but under mem, they will write that hirek. This is very unusual, but they write the Yerushalayim like this. Can you see the yod here?
Yeah.
No.
No, there is no yod. Yerushalayim. But you have to say, while saying, you have to say Yerushalayim because it is yod is considered hidden here. Then Israel.
Israel.
That is Israel. Then
Sir,
Kelly.
excuse me, sir. Is
Yeah.
it because that is a sin, not shin. So it will be Israel, na?
Israel.
Not sure, not
No,
shin.
not sure.
Israel.
Is. not SH.
Because
IS.
no, so I asked.
Yeah. Then Keli.
Keli.
Keli means vessel, utensil. Then proper name, that is Moab. Moab. Actually, it is Moab.
Moab.
Ah,
Wow.
Panim.
Panim.
Panim means face or surface. Then Sidon.
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 Yeah, it's proper name. Then Rove.
oh,
Rove.
Rove. That is
Rove.
great number or abundance.
Great number or abundance.
Abundance. Then Shikuts. Shikuts means abomination, detestable idol. Shikuts.
Goods. Abomination or detestable.
Kuch.
Then verb, that is Bana.
Bana.
Bana means
Ba-
he built.
he built.
He built.
He built.
Now this Bana is the third masculine singular.
So can you please repeat, sir? Bana?
Bana means he built, and the gender and number is 3ms. That means third masculine singular. Third person masculine singular. He built. Then pronoun, that is asher. We will learn that who, whom, which, that. Then conjunction o.
Oh,
O means
Oh.
or.
or
Im
him,
means
Im.
if. Ap
at
Also.
also.
then when the kap preposition is used, ka asher, then
Asher.
it is as when according to. And key means that, because, for, when, even.
He means that
He.
for even. And even.
Yeah. Then one more is this ki em,
He,
ki im,
He
that is but, if, or except.
if or except.
Then pen is lest.
Next.
When
Then. Less.
Lest.
lest.
Actually, under pay there is a dagesh, so the pronunciation will be pen. Pen. Okay, you go through this chapter 2-3 times and try to solve the exercise. I will open before you Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. That is the very important verse of human creation. Neshmat Chaim. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Can anyone try to read this?
Vayitzer,
Yeah.
Yahweh,
Vaitzer.
Yahweh,
Yeah.
Elohim,
Elohim.
Yet Ha-Adam,
It ha-Adam.
Afar,
Afar.
Min Ha-Adama,
Min ha-Adama.
Vayipach,
Ma.
Beyapav,
Yeah.
Nishmat, Chaim,
Yeah. Now you see Athnak over here.
Pardon me?
You're saying here Athnak.
Okay.
So stop here. Now
Chaim.
till Athnak,
Okay.
we'll do the translation.
Okay.
Vaitshar.
It's
And form. And form. That is made or form. Itzer means to form, to make. Vaitshar Yahweh Elohim means Yahweh Elohim. It ha-Adam. Then form Yahweh Elohim, the man. From where? Afar. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of afar?
dust.
Dust. Dust. Min ha-Adama. Adama
From
means
Earth.
the earth or ground. From the ground. Can you see this min preposition?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that means from. And it is attached with makeb. So then no inflection takes place over here. Because of this makeb, the form is as it is. Min ha-Adama. That is from the ground. Then Vaipak. Vaipak. That means then he blown or he breathed. Be afau. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of afau? Af. Afau means nostril. Then he blown or breathed into. Be is the preposition, into his nostril. Then next is Nishmat Kaim. Nishmat Kaim. What is the meaning of Nishmat Kaim?
Life.
Yeah.
Life.
Kai means life.
Life.
And what is the Nishmat? Nishmat is he breathed into the nostril the breath of life. Nishmat. Nishmat is the breath. Breath of Kaim, that is life. Then next read, brother.
Vayehi Ha-Adam le nefesh chaya.
Yeah. Vayahi ha-Adam le nefesh chaya. Le nefesh chaya.
Chaya.
Yeah. And man became. Vayahi means became. Le nefesh chaya. And the man became a living soul. A living soul. Nefesh means soul. Chaya means living. So he became living soul. Now, see here, this afar. Afar means not only dust. If you see the Strong's dictionary, the meaning of afar, see here, it is given. Afar, first of all, it is a noun, masculine, singular. Afar means dry earth, dust, powder, or ashes. In lexicon translation, it is the ashes from the temple. Then earth, ground, mortar, rubbish, dry or loose earth, debris, mortar, ore. All these are the translation of the word afar. So first of all, we know in chapter 1, Genesis chapter 1, that God made man in his own likeness. He made man into his own likeness. And we see while making a man, while creating other things, he spoke the word, but while making a man, he used his hand. He formed, Bible says here, he formed, Yahweh Elohim formed Adam by using the afar. Afar means it can be debris, it can be dust, it can be ashes from the temple. So from ashes or from the dust, he made man. Now, we know that when he made man, here it is one word given, Vayfak. And we know the meaning of Vayfak. The meaning of Vayfak is, here it is given, to form, sorry, yeah, and breathe. Vayfak. First of all, you see this conjunctive wow over here. You see here conjunctive wow. And it is third person masculine singular. And the meaning is to breath, blow, sniff at, then seethe, give up or lose, blow, to be blown. And in hippil conjugation, it is to cause to breathe out. So this Vayfak, it is not a simple word. It is actually a word which means God has not just breathed into the nostril of Adam, but he has blown a breath of life into his nostril. So can you see me?
Yeah.
You just take deep breath, and the breath that you're breathing is from God. He had breath into the nostril of human race, human or mankind, that is Adam, the breath of life. And for that breath of life, the word used here is Nishmat Chaim. Only his name, where last time we have learned about his name, and the root word is Haya. From Haya, the word derived is Yahweh. From Haya, we know the word derived is Iye Asher Iye, I am that I am. And the word Haya means he exists. Only he exists. And when he breathed into the nostril of Adam, Bible says Vayahi. And this Vayahi, for root word for Vayahi, is Haya again. And the man became, because of God's act of breathing into the nostril of man, that is Nishmat Chaim. Now, can you imagine when he have blown into the nostril of Adam, that Nishmat Chaim, what would have transferred into the nostril of Adam? That he became Lenefesh Chaya. Can you see here? Lenefesh Chaya. This one. Because of the activity of Nishmat Chaim, he became Lenefesh Chaya. Because God breathed into the nostril of Adam the breath of life, the man became a living soul, Lenefesh Chaya. Now, you know, there is one word in Bible, that is Leviticus 17 and 11th verse. Ki nefesh habashar badam. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of dam? Just
Blood.
now, yeah, blood.
Blood.
Ki nefesh habashar badam. For the life of the flesh is in the blood. Ki means for. Nefesh had bashar, the life of the flesh. Bashar means flesh, is in the blood. Badam. Okay, so can you imagine that when God blown into the nostril of Adam, why he became nefesh, why he became a living soul? Because he not only breathed into the nostril of Adam breath of life, that is a spirit, because man is made up of spirit, soul, and body. You know, the body part he made from the ashes, ashes or from the dust. But for spirit and soul, spirit, when he blown into the nostril of Adam, not only spirit entered into the Adam, but the nefesh. Why he became nefesh? Because of the blood. Because of the blood. Because this verse gives us the clue that ki nefesh habashar badam. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Only the doctors can know what is the importance of the blood, what is the importance of the blood in our flesh, in our body. And this blood, which gives life, God has blown into our body, that is into our flesh. When he blown into the nostril of Adam, not only the spirit, but this verse supports us that that blood entered into his whole body and he became a nefesh chaya. Nefesh means self. He got the existence, he got the self, that is nefesh, and he became the nefesh chaya. See here, Waifak ba'afao nishmat chayim wayahi ha-adam le-nefesh chaya. And when God blown into the nostril of Adam the breath of life, that is nishmat chaya, then Adam become the living soul. So it is well written that we are of God, and we are from God. We are proceeded out from God, because whatever we are breathing, that is the breath of God, breath of his mouth. So he has made us into the likeness and into the image of his own self. So let us meditate, or let us imitate our God, who is a holy one, who is the righteous, and whose name is Amen. That means he's trustworthy and he's truthful. So let us follow his footstool and let us practice that holiness, that truthfulness and faithfulness in our life. May Yahweh Elohim bless you. Can I request Sister Kalpana to close the session? Kalpana sister, तुम्ही शेवटची प्रार्थना करता का?
हो करते सर. आपण प्रार्थना करू. माझ्या सर्व शक्तिमान प्रभू परमेश्वरा, अशा सुंदरशा वेळी आम्हा सर्वजणांना बाप्पा तू एकत्र केलंस, आणि बाप्पा तुझं वचन तुझ्याच भाषेतून ऐकण्याची आणि शिकण्याची संधी तू आम्हाला दिलीस. याबद्दल आम्ही तुझे मनापासून आभार मानतो. प्रभू परमेश्वरा, खरोखरच बाप्पा तू ब्रदर राहुलच्या रूपाने आम्हा सर्वांना बाप्पा ही संधी दिलीस की आम्ही तुझं वचन तुझ्याच भाषेतून शिकावं.